Hello everyone, my name is Axel and I like to build stuff. Quick disclaimer before we start this video. This video doesn't contain any flights or tests of the Ekranoplan. If you want to see that, there will be a link up there and in the description below. However, that doesn't mean I want you to click off this video because otherwise you'll miss out on a bunch of stuff that I had to go through to make this project possible. So with that, here's how I built it. First, I had to decide what engine I wanted to use for this project. I had two laying around, a 0.61 cubic inch engine or a 0.25 cubic inch engine. I went with the GP25 because it is 256 grams and it also needs a 9-inch prop, which should be plenty enough for this Ekranoplan. Next, I bought a few servos and a fuel system that'll allow me to be able to control the engine. And then I designed this engine mount that I can put the engine on with N3 screws and have the servo motor right behind it. After abusing a paper clip into shape and using it as a pseudo push rod, I was ready for a test. Right, so I'm out here. I just got the engine mounted with the screws and this brand new prop. I got the drill. Everything is ready. Got the fuel. And yeah, let's give this thing a test. Get this. This is 20%, I know it's not focused, but 20% nitromethane, 9% castor oil. There we go, we are at half tank now. Throttle, okay. Take this off, and then we prime the motor. So we put it at full bore. Priming. This is also my first time ever actually starting one on my own, so put it at only about quarter full. Got the chicken stick. I think I've got everything running. So here we go. Oh well, that did not work. And of course, because I am a professional idiot, the inner barbarian came out of me and I completely destroyed that. Hooray. But not all hope was lost, because then I decided to just clamp the engine straight into the vise. One thing I noticed with the 2-foot long tubing is that I wasn't getting any pressure in the tank whatsoever. So let's see if it'll run now. Okay, prep, alrighty, and here we go. Alright. Oh, and also, if you're wondering how I'm not damaging my prop, it's because I have some Scotch tape wrapped around an old dowel that I used in the vacuum-powered plane video. So, yeah. Nitromethane tastes disgusting. Why won't this stupid thing start? So, for some reason, and I don't know why, every time this thing is dry of fuel, it decides that it's perfectly fine and you can spin the prop without any resistance. Now, with it like this, it has all the resistance in the world. So that either means A, I flooded it, B, the carburetor's garbage, or C, I just really suck at this. This is the point where I thought this project was completely over, because of my lack of plastic and the fact that I didn't have an engine that could even run. But then someone I know very closely kindly offered to give me their brand new engine that they didn't have enough money to get running. So again, thank you so much for doing that. The only problem with the engine he gave me was that it was twice as big as this engine that I had already bought all the parts for. So I had to get new components for the entire thing. This engine was just begging for life. So I had to rummage through my filament drawer and I found nothing. No PLA, little ABS, all I found was this nice red roll of PETG. Now, if you've ever used PETG, you'll know it prints like PLA, but has the advantages of ABS. Its main disadvantage is the fact that it doesn't like to stick to a bed very well, and also it doesn't have good exterior qualities. So that meant I had to have a little bit of play in my designing. Either way, 1.5 days go by of printing, and the results were stunning. So after mounting the engine and fitting this brand new 10.5-inch prop, it was time to put on a show. Right, so I've gotten the brand new prop that just came in today, the spinner, all the fuel lines, electronics, all that stuff hooked in, and I'm actually planning on breaking it in without the air filter, just to make sure that we can see everything in the carb and prime it. And then also, I did decide to invest in an electric starter just so then I'm saving my props from certain destruction. But besides that, I've read over a printed copy of the owner's manual quite literally 6 times. And yeah, I've got my fuel pump here. Also, this fuel, the one that I was planning on using, has a 9% oil mixture and a 20% nitromethane. Meaning that a brand new engine's not going to like it very much. So I got this. This is, it does say aviation fuel, but really all it is 2020. So it still has the high octane in nitromethane, but then of course it also has 20% oil mixed in. So it should be a little better for this break-in process. And with that said, I have my fuel pump right here. Glow plugs in, it's running quite well. Everything's ready. I guess it's time to get this thing a little test. Rightio, so fuel has been pumped. We have an entire full tank. Let's switch on the electronics. Left bung connector. Whew, I'm a little tiny bit excited for this. Servo is adjusted, I believe. Yes, it is. Okay. Right. This thing is connected. Prime the motor. Quarter throttle. Right. Here we go. Alright, glow plug is on. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Come on, done. And we're back. Okay, so the bolt on the inside of the spinner that holds the prop to the crankshaft that allows us to start it was coming loose, so I just torqued the living heck out of it. So, yeah, let's do this. Righty, here we go, because the electric starter keeps ripping off the spinner, so I'm just going to try flip starting it. Alrighty, it sounds like it's flooding, so I'm going to go to a leaner mixture. Again. Little leaner. Okay. Electric starter gets another go. Let go! my gosh! Finally, I have a successful project! Alrighty, here we go. Numero dos, let's go! After reviewing some slow motion footage, I noticed that whenever I prop started it, it would just happen to backfire and start spinning the wrong way. The problem with this is that the whole engine relies on the crankshaft pumping fuel into the cylinder to run. However, without this, it'll damage the engine. So, electric starter is mandatory. Right, so, good news and bad news. Good news, it runs, and I was able to keep it idling for about 5 minutes. Bad news, I oversaw one thing in this whole build, and that was to put some silicon sealant, I don't know if you guys could see that, but underneath the engine, there's exhaust that, there's not a seal right there on the engine, so it's just been leaking fuel out and pouring it all over. So yeah, I'll fix that. And then let's go off and build that Ekranoplan with that new fuselage design I found. Yes, finally something that works! For more than, of course, 5 seconds. So, I went shopping. I got this high torque silicon sealant crap stuff. It was like 10 bucks. Now, of course, since I was outside, I also decided that while this is curing, I can also be assembling the fuselage. So I grabbed a lot more foam board. So, after I get this muffler sealed and the exhaust pipe all together again, I'm going to work on the fuselage through this. Alrighty, so I just finished building this thing and, well, to be honest, it looks like crap. So sadly, I need to watch some serious tutorials because that looks like garbage. So I went on to Flight Test's YouTube channel and I found that they actually do tutorials for their kits. So I applied what I learned there and applied it to my design. I gotta say, for just watching a single flight test video, that's pretty straight. Right, so I just spent the last 20 minutes building this, and I gotta say, that is the cleanest fuselage I think I've ever built. Serious, that is amazing. How, like, seriously, if you guys want to build this yourself, make a template and use flight test tips. Seriously, I learned this from watching one of the build videos. It's absolutely amazing. I'm sorry about the lack of documentation on this, but it was mega late. Right, so about, I don't know, hours gone by. It's currently 9:30 p.m. And yeah, I've gotten the wings done. The fuselage is over there. The engine has its gasket sealing, hot glue, wings, and instead of doing the reverse delta, I decided I'll just do the regular Ekranoplan wings, just because then it looks a little better. But yeah, so now I'm gonna work on the tail section right here. And then tomorrow I'll work on all the control surfaces, mounting the engine, and then yeah. So I'd say this project is going actually quite well. Right, so I'm about 4 hours in. It's 11:30. This is what I've got so far. I've got the wings with the side bit. Got elevator, rudder, the whole body. I'm working on this wing right now. And then there's the engine. I just torqued it down. So then this seal can form overnight. Yeah, I'm tired. I'm gonna go to bed. After a good night's sleep, I mounted the engine straight in the body like this, and now it was time for a test. Right, so I just finished assembling the whole thing. I haven't painted it, finished it, or anything, but I have the air filter installed. I have all the electronics on. Let's see if this thing will actually work. Glow plug is on. Right, here we go. Start it up again. So that did not go as planned. Yeah, the bolt that holds the exhaust completely fell out. Whoops. And we are back. Alrighty, so I just torqued down the motor, exhaust again. I was extremely careful not to strip out the bolts. Let's give this one more test. Right, so there is no more leaking, and I think the reason why it's turning is because of this uneven surface. So I'm gonna go over to this concrete over here, and yeah, let's see if this thing works. However, if you want to see that Ekranoplan flying, you'll have to set your calendars to April 10th, 2021 at 3 o'clock Eastern time, because then I will actually be premiering it for the first time to be able to engage with you guys. So make sure to subscribe for that, and also, if you want to build this, I'll have the links to everything in the description below. It is quite a pricey project, but it doesn't matter. Nothing gets over the fact of a working project. Seriously, As you can see from the way this whole thing has been oriented, I have been experimenting with some video formats. If you guys like this format of building, testing, and designing all in one and then all the action in another, please comment down below and leave a like. If this video gets more likes than average, I will continue doing this format. Also, if you want to see more Nitro or RC-based projects, comment your ideas down below. Anyway, with that, that's all I have time for this month. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all next month. Goodbye.